Sama Zaitoun and Rima Malik have been developing a learning design on a needs analysis study for an assignment. We can observe how they work through the successive stages of the design using the features of the design tool.
So we are working now on the second learning outcome, which is about how the participants are able to develop and apply a needs analysis instrument. So what has been suggested is that after doing the class activity where the instructor explains what is needs analysis and what are the tools that can be used by the trainees in order to develop their needs analysis for the training, the Edmodo activity is suggested. So
the interesting part of Edmodo activity is that we can integrate in this part the peer review. So if everything that will be developed in the first part as instruments, if they post it on Edmodo, then they will collect feedbacks from their peers, and according to their feedbacks, they can refine the instrument they have developed. What do you think of this?
Yeah, so I think this would be great because I mean, if you want to use all the learning types, so what we can suggest is first of all upload their documents on Edmodo. But of course, what I thought is that why don't the instructor first reminds them of all the activities that were done in class? I mean, kind of. Word document, just the main ideas, what is needs analysis and what are the possible tools. And once they did this, they can start by drafting their first ideas and making collaborating with each other. So do you think that we can share it directly to the whole class, or it is preferable to share it first of all with one colleague, and then once they finalize it, they do think, pair, share, and then they
it will be better to start with the think, pair, share. This way they refine it correctly, and then they will get the bigger feedback of the whole class, because the whole class won't be able to go into details for each and every classmate.
Yeah.
Unless we do a think, pair, share, they will get direct feedback on each and every word written, and then they will share it with the whole classroom, and they will get the general feedback. This way they will have two different steps of refining and correcting their instruments for the assessment.
So you can see how carefully they're planning each activity to make sure it has the best value for the students. And they have to plan the study time carefully as well.
So if you want to start with the learning types, maybe we can start with read, watch, and listen.
And this will take how long? Shall we give it 15 or 20 minutes?
Yeah, because this will be the document uploaded by their instructor, so they need to read it again, and they need to refine what they did in class, because in class they had a certain idea, so they need to go and think about it based on, maybe they need to suggest other ideas, or maybe they need to think about other instruments in order to collect their data.
So those two steps could take like 20 minutes.
Once they're partway through the design, Sama and Rima look at the feedback they're getting from the pie chart, which tells them how much time is to be spent on each of the 6 learning types.
Let's look at the chart now. So in the chart, we have
28% acquisition, then, which is logical. Then we move to 11% collaboration. I think they could collaborate more. Let's figure out how to change it later on. 24% discussion, this is interesting. Then we move to inquiry, 11%, and practice, 11%, and production, 13%. Maybe the missing part is the collaboration. Let's try to review the activities to see why we had so little collaboration. Maybe in the last TLA we did not put collaboration at all.
Yeah, because we've left it to class. This activity was in class, and it's mainly discussion. We didn't give enough time for collaboration.
So you can see how the feedback from the pie chart allows them to reflect on whether they've covered all the types of learning they need to. I asked them how much time it took them to do this kind of design.
When you have those tools, I don't think it takes that much, because I mean, this goes smoothly because you have a lot of options. You can think about what the teachers will do and what the students will do. So you don't have to worry a lot. So I mean, it's kind of it gives you certain flexibility. What do you think?
Well, you were thinking about time a lot.
We were thinking
Yes.
about time a lot, yes, because for the activities that were taking place in the classrooms, we need to really be strict concerning the time, and especially when the students are always nagging, they have a lot of things to do at home, so also we should take care of this. But here what helps a lot are those scholars giving us clearly a feedback about our different types of teaching, and teaching and learning definitely. So it helps a lot when we see that it's all blue, so we're focusing on just one type of learning, which is not good, which is not motivating for the students, neither for the teachers. So the development of this will be really easy just by looking at the colors. It's a really good instrument that helps us.
Teachers don't have many tools to help them design their pedagogy. When you start using digital methods in your teaching, it's especially important to think about the value they have for learners and the time they take. So tools like this are important for teachers.